and say things about other people's lives, and it's are we putting life or death in there too? Because if we're giving that, we're gonna get that same in return. It's like
That's very true too. That's very true too.
you know,
Hi guys, this is the Queen Podcast. We're going
Welcome.
live. I'm
Hey.
here with the Queen Tara.
and I'm here with Queen Shantae.
Raina Shantae.
I don't even know where the camera is. Where is that?
It's right there.
Boom! Like, super green.
It's 3:00. We might as well start. So let's get started. Let's do this. Let's do the live here on TikTok, and let's do.
Oh my goodness!
And let's do the recording here on.
I wish you could just do a whole invite to everybody instead of like
Okay.
going.
And then let's do a welcome here. I know my butt is showing on YouTube. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, I'm telling.
Oh, you gonna tell?
I'm telling.
You gonna tell my husband?
She got her booty on camera.
She said she got her booty on camera.
I'm just doing this.
Okay. My body is great either. Why is it crooked too?
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I do wish though?
What you wish?
I wish everybody is having a wonderful day. I wish for everybody to have a wonderful day. How about that?
It's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day. All right, here we go, guys. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. I'm Raina.
Hey, I'm Tara.
Hey, welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Welcome to the Queen's Podcast. Woo!
Oh, that was nice. The
I love
lady
it.
call, the audience call.
Yes,
Let's do
the
it.
Queen's Call. Hello.
Hello. You know what that is, the Queen's call.
That's the Queen's Call,
Can you
honey.
imagine?
The Sirens Call. Woo!
Yeah, we are in the house.
We are in the house. It's summertime. Summertime. Woo! Let us sit back and unwind.
And speaking of summertime, you know what you bring this? That's our wonderful Will Smith. Did you see his videos?
What?
Well, I guess I don't know if it's a comeback or whatnot, but like he was a whole crowd full of people, performing. Usually it's hype. Hey, but it wasn't. People was just like, and so people were kind of clowning our poor Will Smith.
What?
Saying that his he's really not coming back. But Will Smith, I don't care what nobody say, is always going to be a classic man.
I think
not one time has ever cursed in any of his
in his music.
albums
Never.
or his
Really?
music. It's always been
That's
high.
admirable. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, and I think people start to when people get older.
Yeah.
Like, he's lost it. He can never lose it. You just are not vibing with his spice.
Got you.
It's too hot or it's too bland for you. But
let me keep going.
yeah,
keep
you
going.
can never diss a Will Smith, y'all.
That's right.
Come on.
Never ever.
Yeah. But I know this new song. I think it's called "I Like Pretty Girls."
Okay, come on, I like pretty girls.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's bubblegum.
It's bubblegum.
Yeah, it's male bubblegum.
Okay.
Nobody's ever said that. I don't think in the history of music, nobody's ever described a male artist's song as bubblegum.
Okay.
I like pretty girls.
I've always been a fan of Will Smith. Look, I got his book right here.
Don't check it out.
Will, I
Look
really
at
love
Will.
his book.
She supports you.
I do. I'm down for Will. I've always loved Will Smith. I want to work with him. He's one of the people I want to work with.
We need you.
Listen, I'm ready for a blockbuster film. Melanin City? Oh yeah, our show. You telling everybody our secrets?
No, well, Will, we need you, but we love you.
That
So
would be cool.
listen,
Yes.
you're a classic to us.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
will
a
always
classic,
be the
man. Yeah, for sure.
You guys, we're gonna check out a little piece of the video of Will Smith's
Okay,
song.
we'll check it out.
Check it out.
We'll check
okay?
it out for sure. We'll check it out. Awesome. Oh, speaking of a video, I will shout out my girl Shira 7. She got a clip in Lizzo's new song.
Oh, she did.
Yes, she actually has like a little voice memo in there talking about how she not bringing nothing to the table.
Okay,
for the last few years, it's been this talk about women. What do you bring to the table? Men asking women, what do you bring to the table?
Y'all should not be saying that, but okay.
And then, so they got Lizzo singing this new song called something about speaking of somebody cussing in their songs, something about still won't F, and so they got Shira in there.
Okay,
saying, I don't bring nothing. I know. She's a queen.
You are a queen. Okay, I'm going to tell you that.
Shira's a queen.
I like how you
For sure. I like how she moves.
She's the male Yada to me.
Oh, the male Yada.
The male female Yada. Or the female Yada.
Female Yada, yeah.
Like she's a little bit of him, but she's her own self.
She is.
I think that when men hear her,
yeah,
it's more or less like, it's a woman telling us that what we got to bring to the table.
Well, it's not.
But
she's
when
not
a man
really there for women. I mean, she's
thing,
not there for men though. She's there strictly for women.
I get it, but when a man says the same thing that she's saying, they kind of stop and listen, or they call the man a simp, S-I-M-P, because he's saying Yada's the same thing, like. How dare you ask a woman what she needs to bring to the table? She is the table.
That's true. That's
true. And if you're with
sometimes it takes a man to say that to another man.
He calls them dusty bums. You don't need dusty bums in your life. Dusty hobos. Hobosexuals. That's what he calls them.
Oh, he don't.
Hobosexuals. Shout out to Yada. Shout out to Yada Awakening. Letting us women know what a true man should be. And shout out to his wife. Queen Yada, I love you.
You know what? That is a great, what do you call it? Segue, right? That's a great segue into our main topic today.
Yes.
Which is daddy damage. Wong wong. We're going to put the sign there. Wong wong. Daddy damage. In the editing. Wong wong. Daddy damage.
It is not pretty.
Yeah. So we had talked about what we were going to talk about today.
Yep.
And it just reminds me of how you were saying how Yada is teaching women and men about how to have relationships with each other. And it may be because of the lack of fathers, daddies in the home.
Yep.
And it's only been moms and not just moms, not just single moms, but moms who have been hurt and left to raise children without the support mentally, financially, spiritually from a husband and a father to their children.
This is true.
Right?
This is true.
Right. So
a lot of pain there.
It's a whole lot of pain. It's a whole lot of, go ahead.
The pain and it stems from, a woman really wanting to have that whole family unit.
Right.
I remember my mom said, I thought I was going to be like the Brady Bunch and live forever. But that was short-lived. It was like a 2-year situation. Yeah. So a lot of women hold on to the fact that it did not work out. And then they're mad at the man because it did not work out.
Yeah.
And so not only is it daddy damage, but like we as mothers also do a little damage too because of the hatred towards the daddy. So that's even double daddy.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? But I can understand because, you're left to raise children by yourself. It's not easy. And a man really should respect and honor a woman and her motherhood. They don't. It's not enough. They think, oh, you think you're special because you do 4, 5, and 6. Yes. Yes. My body was deformed for my organs pushed up and mushed in different places to carry this being that used me as a portal to come into this world. And some people don't do it just once. I did it 4 times. I know people who did it 12. I know people who did it 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So, a man should honor that. And so should other women honor other women because of that. We should have that bond.
Yeah, sometimes that is what's missing. And I think that for a man to not honor a woman, he has daddy damage, right? Because a lot of men have grown up without a man,
Let's go.
a father,
Let's go.
come on, in the house.
My dad.
To teach them how to cherish, how to love, how to support, how to take care of a woman.
Yep.
So they don't know how to do that. As a matter of fact, I think also it's just a reflection of how they feel about themselves being left as a child.
Yeah.
You know?
And some of them blame their mom. Like,
they
secretly,
do.
They don't even know.
Yeah, they don't know what
they
happened.
are resenting their mothers because their dads aren't around. Like, what did you do to make him leave?
That's good.
And it's really not her that did anything. You can't force a man to stay just as well as you can't force a woman, but he left. It was his choice.
That's right.
And I think that if more men come to that realization that it was a choice that he made, they can heal a little bit better and take responsibility for their own lives, their own selves, their own baby mamas and their children.
Jesus!
And heal.
You better preach.
And break those generational cycles.
Break the cycle. Break the cycle. That's good, girl.
You know?
That's deep, girl.
It's truth.
Yes.
Right? Facts! This is real, you know, like it's
it's
heavy,
real. It's
like
heavy,
when I say facts, that's just my
seriously. I'm just laughing at you the way you said it, but it's serious, though.
Yeah.
Like for real, it's serious in the in our community, in our Black community. It's a problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Because right, we're queens. We need a king to lead the family,
and we want you
to lead
the family.
Yes.
Like we like being on that, like, come here, girl. We love that. And we love you to be there, to be a father to your children, a husband to us. Like, go out, bring home the bacon, fry it up in the pan so I can massage your feet at the end of the day and like hook you up.
Come on.
You know, because I want that. We all want that.
Come on.
We're not just sitting here as melanin women like, you know what? I want him to take care of me and I want him to take care of me now. And that's how I should be treated, like a queen. And that's it. And that's all. And if you don't like it, you can get gone. That's not what it's about. I mean, but it is in the same token. But we how do you think if you're treating us well, that we're going to treat you even better? We're going to multiply that treatment on you or for you.
Girl, let me go back. I know this is good too, but let me go back to something you said, girl. You just so good. I just want to eat that a little bit more. Hold on. Slow down. So, girl, what you said about these men who are just reflecting what it is that their father did. Oh my gosh, that like was so good. And it made me think of men who have lots of children with different baby mama, and they blame their mama. That was the one. When you say they blame their mama, girl, that thing deep. That thing is deep. that thing right there.
It is.
That thing right there.
Right there.
You blame your single mom who stayed and sacrificed her life for you.
Right. I'm telling you.
But you secretly blame her.
Yeah. Because the father's not there for them to be like, hey, you left me. You did this. You did that. Half the time, they don't even know where they are. Or the father don't even know. Be bothered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they don't want to take responsibility because they didn't learn how to be fathers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we have so much stuff going on the internet and Google, but it shouldn't even be, let me Google how to be a father. But if you have to,
do it.
Google it.
Do it. So that, if for me, I don't know about anybody else. That kind of blew my mind. Because then that explains why you would go and make many more single moms.
Ooh, wow.
Oh
my God.
If you secretly blame, come on. If you secretly blame your mother,
I can't.
For what happened to you.
This is hot.
Come on.
No, this is true.
This is why you're going and abusing other women, making other women single moms.
That's true too.
And leaving them.
That's true too. Wow. That's
Right?
true. That's true. And now it's almost like you're getting back at your mom
It's-
and you're making other women.
Come on.
Because this happens all
That's
the
what
time.
I'm saying.
That's why people always say you need to go back home and deal with your mother issues. You need to go and sit down with moms and say, hey,
Girl,
when this happened,
that's
when
good.
this happened, when this
That's
happened,
good.
I need you to talk to me. But there's moms out there, I'm going to tell you right now, because I know a lot of them, that'll be like, that's the past. They're used to that old school 1915, 1930, sweep it under the rug. If you were molested, don't say nothing.
No, I get it.
You know, so it's
I
like
get
that.
it. And that's how it was back then. And it was, and it's okay because they're probably still dealing with a bunch of stuff. They're probably still dealing with the hurt and the pain of that relationship with your father. They're probably still dealing with their pain of whatever they dealt with growing up with their own parents.
That's true.
So sometimes you can't go back and feel like you can fix what happened between you and your mom or you and your dad. You got to do the inner work.
The inner work.
You got to do the inner work.
Yeah. And there's so many different techniques that can be done with that. Like you can, people say you can't go back and change the past, but you actually can.
Come on, speak about it. Speak about it. Go on.
Change the past.
Go on. Tell them.
You can go back. That's why we have vision.
Tell them.
People without vision will perish, right? And that is something that goes forth in every area of our life, including the past, so that it could catapult into the future a different result. You go back and you visualize how you would have liked it to end up. And you bask in that moment, right? And you, like, whether you got away, whether you reconciled and restored the relationship, and you bask in that excellence, in that vision.
Yes.
And then it is done. You have changed the past in mind, body, and soul. And that result will catapult into your now, and your whole life will change. You will start to see things fall off, fall away, things come forth that you've been waiting for because you're doing the inner work. Visualization is powerful. It is a thing, and you must, like she said, do the inner work.
That's it.
And one of the inner works is how would you have liked it to be?
Come on, girl. Okay. Come on.
Okay. I would like my father to have been there. I would like to have sat down with my father and speak. I would like to sit down. How does that conversation look like?
Come on.
And then you see it, you say it, you let it go, and in the heat, in the fulfillment of the moment, when the energy is up and the spirit of it, and you're excited, you have every positive emotion about this vision, you say, come forth now in this realm.
Come on now.
And it will be.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
But that's what has to happen. The inner work. We're that inner work.
Listen,
woo, it's exciting to be
that is
that
exciting.
inner work.
That is exciting.
And really, it's up to them to make the changes. Up to us to actually speak it. We were talking about that.
Yes, we were.
You know,
speaking
things.
Yeah.
Right. Like, oh, I'm abandoned child, and
right.
I've always been abandoned.
That's the story that you keep telling yourself. You keep putting that spell over you. That's what whatever it is that you're speaking, you're taking that on.
And wearing it like a coat.
Oh, yeah.
Eating it like
every day.
The best Fruit Loops you've ever had.
Fruit Loops.
Sometimes, you know. But and it's not about not dealing with the emotion. It's not about it's not about not having empathy for someone or being sympathetic towards yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, you got to feel the feelings. The inner work, that's what part of it. You have to feel the feelings of being abandoned, of having that daddy damage. You have to face it and look at it and be like, oh my God, you know, like deal with it. It's better to deal with than to cover it up, because a lot of people are covering up and making single baby mamas out here getting back at their mother because of what their dad did. And then you got all these other single ladies and single moms and dressing up like little girls, feeling for a dad figure in their life. I don't want my husband to be my daddy.
Oh, okay.
Why am I dressing like a Barbie? Why am I dressing like a little girl with Barbie socks and bows, and then being on Instagram, my little choo-choo skirt and my Barbie socks, and my bows and my pigtails, looking like a little girl? Why am I doing that? Why are you women doing this? And then want to say, you know what, that man is creepy right there. He's a predator. Ladies, stop dressing like little girls. Stop making those fantasies, dressing those Catholic schoolgirl Catholic outfits and having those fantasies for a moment and thinking that, oh, it's cute. It's not. That's daddy damage. No, I'm sorry. I'm not. No, I'm not. But it's the truth. Come on. We're women. We're queens. We're masterpieces. We used to drink milk. Now we need to start eating solid food. I'm not trying to dress like a little girl with pigtails. If I'm gonna be a fantasy for my husband, I'm gonna be a maid, I'm gonna be a nurse, I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be something grown, not no little girl. And all these women talk about, oh, we gotta shave ourselves down here. Yes, okay, yeah, you trim it. You know, it's good to trim it during periods and stuff like that. It truly is. You gotta trim to get that old blood off or whatever. But you shaving yourself bald and be like, yeah, only bad bees do this. What other female has a no hair vajayjay? A little girl. A little girl. Okay, I can understand shaving on the side so when you're wearing your bikini, your bush is not hanging out. Okay. But stop trying to make all of these things like bad bees only shave their stuff off and so you can see it. No, I mean a lot of women shave their stuff because some men don't like the hair apparently, or they don't like it. Okay. It's become a whole thing. If God didn't think it belonged there, it wouldn't be there.
Okay.
We could trim it and keep it,
groomed.
Keep it clean.
Right.
And yeah, sometimes maybe you got to do a whole clean shave to get the must off or whatever you got going on down there. Because we sweat, we work out, we wash, we do all kinds of stuff. I mean, this is girl stuff, women stuff, right? Yeah. But to think that you're a bad woman, or like this woman that has it all together, and you're just beyond because you shave all your hair off of your vagina. The only other female, like I said, are newborns and all the way probably up to 13. And if you want to be a 13-year-old again, given that fantasy for men, you don't walk around talking about stuff, predators, and he's creepy and this when you're perpetuating his behavior. And it's not, and you're not responsible for his behavior. But, put on some clothes. Wow. Put on a doctor's uniform. Oh. Don't put on a Barbie outfit.
Let him
Barbie,
be a patient.
Yeah, be the patient.
Let him be a patient. Grown you the doctor. Yeah. Play doctor, but not little girl and creepy guy.
Yeah, I'm a Catholic school girl, and I'm with my stepdad. This is porn these days.
Gosh. You know what?
Stepdad has an affair with daughter.
Stepdaughter. You know what? I think, and I'm glad you said that, because I think that the porn industry it has blown up. Like, you used to have to go in your daddy basement or granddaddy basement, find the movies, or the magazines to see porn or nasty. It's everywhere. Yeah. So these children are being exposed, to a lot of this. And so we've seen a new generation of my children are grown. Mm-hmm. So they're well in their 20s, almost 30. Yeah. So we have a whole generation of young adults who have grown up being exposed to so much. Yeah. Like porn and things. That may be a result as well, is the internet. Literally, these children, I was I can't even imagine raising kids. I know you have children that are, under 18 or whatever still. One. But, just one. Okay. But I could not even imagine the kids, when my kids were growing up, they did not have access to so much craziness that's on, you said you got hot, huh? You said a lot, girl. You was going in, honey. You was going in.
I'm sorry.
But I think that a lot of young men and women, especially women, I won't say any names, but I experienced some young women recently, and I would say, they're probably in their young 20s. Okay. But they were so vulgar. And talking about sexual things and, homosexual things, whatever. I'm not judging you or anybody of how, you live your life, but the conversation was so inappropriate and uncomfortable that I was like, oh my gosh. I am an adult.
Mhm.
I don't know if they thought that was cute.
Mhm.
I don't know if they thought that I was like impressed by that, or
Mm.
oh, we can talk about grown nasty stuff,
Right.
because we're grown.
Yes,
we're
I'm
over
20
18.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm 20, I'm 21, whatever. You know, but I felt like it was so inappropriate. And I'm like, I'm on the internet all the time talking about I'm sexy. But the way that they talk, it just was gross, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all
So
about
so
sex,
it's
sex,
not
sex,
just
sex.
right about how they dress,
Yeah.
but also the words that they speak, in which the words that come out of their mouth is what comes out of their heart.
Mm.
So it's damage in the heart of these young people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially I've seen young women.
Yeah.
And I think that also has to do with the fact that you don't have a father.
Yep.
In your life. I really do believe that.
Oh, yeah.
Because having a father in your life will put restraints, will put boundaries,
Yeah.
will make you feel special, will make
Mhm.
you feel precious,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
if you as a young woman feel precious,
Mm.
you won't be out there just talking about, all types of nasty things,
Yeah.
inappropriate things.
Yeah.
And it's okay, like when you with your girlfriends and
Mhm.
maybe you're talking about, boys
Yeah.
or whatever it is that you're into. But like where we were, it wasn't exactly an intimate setting,
Mhm.
and it wasn't with people that you are familiar with enough
Mm.
to go to that place.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's what I feel like.
So they were bold and vulgar.
So, and I don't mind a bold woman. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I don't mind a bold woman.
Yeah.
But vulgar.
Yeah.
It just turned my stomach.
So they was really ratchet. Oh, the speech was ratchet.
It was so ratchet, and you know what, when usually you equate that word ratchet with a certain demographic, right?
No,
young Black women. I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
that, right?
No,
because
I don't.
ratchet
is ratchet in all colors, shapes, and forms. Okay?
You would be very surprised at the demographic of these ladies.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Young ladies.
Because ratchet is ratchet.
It was ratchet.
And
I think that we're in a time and place now where ratchet is okay and accepted. And I don't find it to be pleasurable. Someplace that I want to spend my time and my energy and my space.
I get it.
With,
Right. You want to like us. I get it, because I think when women are around, I think acceptance is key too.
Mm-hmm.
I think some women just have a different way of communicating. They have a different way of speaking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have a friend, he's a guy though, and he drops F-bombs every other 3 words.
Right.
He's saying something.
Right.
And a lot of people can't get past the F-bombs because it's like, oh my God, you're cursing. But if you listen to what he's saying
good stuff.
He's saying
You know what? I will say, I get that. Because I
but I mean,
let me tell you, my husband,
place for everything.
My husband can get, he can get very, colorful with his language. I'll say.
That's a good word. Colorful.
He can get very colorful, but he's a very, very intelligent man, right?
Yeah.
I get that. But what I will say, and I haven't said this out loud, but
well, do tell.
And I don't know if this is saying that I'm in my older, mature age that I'm becoming a prude, but I don't
think so.
I don't appreciate.
Uh-oh.
I don't appreciate when grown men are cursing in front of ladies, and you know what I mean. I feel like
I get it.
As a woman, and I get it, like I said, my husband can be very colorful with his language, but when I'm around other men and they're loud and they're cursing, it makes me feel unprotected and uncomfortable.
And it's borderline disrespectful, because
this is what I'm saying.
They don't do it in front of all kinds of women.
This is what I am saying.
It's like a specific, it's like they think, oh, I could do this, but if it was in front of this person over here, they're going to watch their mouth.
Why not watch your mouth when you're around me?
Just around all women.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I get what you mean.
Why not watch your mouth when you're around women?
Yeah.
Females, ladies. there is such a disrespect. There is a ratchetness.
Just anger. It's
This is
anger
what I'm
at
saying.
themselves. It's not anger at us. How are
It
you
may go back
angering
to
me?
what you said.
The
That was
daddy
brilliant.
damage.
That daddy damage that
Yeah.
they have this anger against their mom.
And and another thing is that you think that you can have a dad in the home, and because you have a dad in the home, that you're okay. Like, I had a dad growing
That's
up. Like,
true.
some people have
That's
dads
true.
growing up,
That's true.
but their dads are not daddying.
Come on.
They're just not. I know many men who have wounds because their dads were in the home 40 years, still married. But they didn't get that father figure. As a matter of fact, they're mad at their dad for not being there for them, and then mad at their mom too. So it's a double whammy.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So it's all about self-discovery at this point, because I really used to think it was because there were no dads in the house.
Okay.
But now I realize
you've seen that it is
that
the father
whether you
can
have
be
a
there.
dad, the father can be there,
Okay.
and the child is messed up.
Sure. Well,
Because
I
he
will
wasn't
say,
being a father figure.
no, there are no perfect parents.
Yeah.
Period.
Well,
There are no perfect parents.
that's true.
But I think that there is a bigger effect on the child when one parent just isn't there at all in the house. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But there are no perfect parents.
There is the fact.
Right.
Of course. I mean, you could have been in the house and your dad could have been a drunk all his life.
That's true too.
And he's beating the mom all the
That's
time.
very true.
And they're still married though. As a dad.
Viola Davis. Did you read Viola Davis' book?
No.
Oh my Lord.
Really?
She went through
like
so
that?
much.
Are these questions?
Possibly. Probably Darman questions. It's
okay.
fine.
Okay, if you have any, this is not a Darman.
Right.
We love Darman.
We love you. Okay, I think it's time to take a break.
Yes.
I think this has been kind of good. I mean, I'm feeling
been
this. I don't know if
very
anybody
tasty.
else. Listen, I'm feeling this. This feels pretty good to me. So
What did they say? I gotta put my
yeah. So we're gonna take a little break and we'll be right back. All right. I'm gonna keep that one.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what is this? Okay, so this is not really even going up. This is a top chat. Is this right now?
Yeah. It's live.
I leave tomorrow. Oh, somebody's they talking about something else.
All right. This camera said something, and I unloaded it and everything. Talking about what? What is it talking about?
Y'all.
No, this is good, girl. This is. So
I love
good.
it because healing needs to be had.
Listen.
A lot of men need to know that they are capable. I'll say this when we are back on, but there's a lot of insecurity going around. I know men who are mad because they didn't grow up with their fathers. And all they had was the mom.
This is what I'm saying.
And because the mom is so strong, okay, I'm gonna say that on camera too.
Please say that on camera.
Yeah.
So what is this saying? Because I literally don't have anything on this card and it's saying what?
Welcome, guys. Okay, I want to see some of these questions. It was so good. Boy, OMG, you're the girl that flew away. Who was the girl that flew away? What are you guys talking about? I think you can go down to see these questions. Oh, you can't, huh? Yeah, you can. Live guest, WWE. I'm just trying to see you guys and see. OMG, you're the girl that flew away. It was good. I'm watching Darman right now. Slay.
They're watching Darman. I told you, it's a Darman crowd.
Darman questions. Okay, I got you. I love the fact that Darman is so popular with everyone.
Yeah.
Like, they love Darman.
They love Darman, child. They love Darman.
Who's AJ? Hi, AJ. Ooh, no, you didn't. My God.
Who's that? Go ahead. Is that your daughter?
No. Hey, Mara, you're on speakerphone. We're live. About to be. What's up?
I was just gonna tell you something. Anyway. So I was in my third bedroom, right? And normally,
Hey, third bedroom.
So there was a vanilla envelope sitting on my shoulder.
Okay.
So I get it.
Talk about what?
It's talking about ADP.
What's ADP?
ADP.
Don't think they know they're live. Hey guys, we know we're live. Ooh. Yes, we're live.
Okay. Let me give you. Okay, I'll be done soon. I'm gonna call you back. Text everything you want to text me, because I'm live right now.
I know we're live. So actually, I'm gonna close this live out, and I want you guys to see the video. We're gonna do a second half, and y'all tune into the second half. I know you were here live for the first half, but we coming in hot for the second half.
We're
Okay.
coming in hot.
Bye TikTok. Bye,
Bye,
Instagram.
bye.
Well, is it Instagram? YouTube. Hey, bye.
Oh, this is YouTube?
Yeah.